couple minutes. Yeah.
Hey, Sherry, you want me to get them for you, Gary? I'll be sure to you guys.
But Gary's updated his Facebook. Yeah, and it's all screwed up. It doesn't want to adjust properly.
Let's throw on the road.
It's on the budget, Rusty.
All right, Gary.
We bought a smoky sign.
We were this close to getting a new clock.
All right, at 6:08, finally call the meeting to order. If everybody rise to Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Karen, do we have anything to add to the agenda?
I want to make sure that the board, next Tuesday, we're closed. We want to meet on Monday.
Where is it closed on Tuesday?
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day.
As she tells her veteran. So you want to meet Monday or which day?
Well, whatever would work for you guys, actually.
Gary?
I'm good,
I
whatever.
know you're the busy guy.
Anything here Monday night?
I'm okay.
Anybody that rents or uses
Zoning board is the 17th, so.
Oh,
It's fine.
I don't care. That's fine.
Yep.
Monday?
Monday. That's fine.
And then there's a request from highway supervisor. He spoke with advanced paving today. He needs to complete the shoulder gravel. Advanced said they would come back and do the shoulder gravel so our highway crew doesn't have to, and they do it at the unit price that was in the original proposal.
Which they did the last shoulder gravel and driveway.
Yes.
Everybody all right with that?
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, because that's
Get it done.
that shoulder gravel machine we have goes on truck 2, the one we're not repairing.
Okay.
So
So we might have to have that retrofitted to go on another truck.
possibly.
Yeah. Okay. You good, Karen?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So under action items, payroll and manifest. Everybody get an opportunity to take a peek.
Yep.
All right. Minutes of October 28th.
I'm good. Make a motion that we accept the minutes of October 28th.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have a health trust agreement.
And the auditor agreement. I make a motion that chair sign both the health trust agreement if everybody has seen it and agree, and the auditor agreement.
Second.
And that's, Karen, that's going to the proposed, which is lowering the rates.
Yes, if the board agrees.
So I just, okay. Everybody get a chance to look. And so that, what does that end up saving the town? I know it's flexible because we have different employees this year.
If we had stayed with the 19% increase, it would have increased the budget $115,000. By going to this plan, we save $17,000. There will be a little bit of an increase on the copay, $5 increase. There will be an increase on the total deductible, but it's an HRA arrangement, which means the town will pay half of that deductible cost.
Okay.
What did you say we ended up on the savings?
17.
Thank you.
Just,
Okay. How does that impact us if, so as I'm looking at it, so we could be under the HRA $4,500 on a family deductible.
yes, so, and so what I'm suggesting is the savings at the end of the year you already have created your warrant article for liability, vacation, benefits to pay out. So then you can move the unencumbered fund into that, which will cover the town's portion of their deductible should they have to pay.
Okay. And how many town employees do we have that are taking full coverage?
Let's see.
We could ballpark.
Somebody run that spreadsheet.
Ah, so I guess just the question is, what's the town's potential exposure? Could we exceed the savings?
I'm budgeting what our health trust suggested, and
Okay.
then you look at each of the plans, you figure a percentage of each plan because it's different costs, and then you take 40%, and that's what they're saying should be put in savings.
Okay.
No longer paying 17.
So a two-person plan isn't considered a family plan?
No, 3 different levels.
I've always been like
Single, two-person.
that. Even schools.
So we have 29 employees.
29 employees.
And again, the vacancies are budgeted for the whole year
Right.
as a worst case scenario.
Right.
So
And we don't anticipate 29 employees maxing out their deductible.
Exactly.
So you're rolling the dice that they don't all drop something on their foot. But I guess,
Because that would be $130,000.
right. I mean, it's,
Okay.
Do you have a second?
we do not have a second yet.
I'll second that.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye. I mean, besides a deductible, there really isn't a huge change.
No.
Yeah.
If we pay half the deductible, is that equivalent to what their previous deductible was?
No, it'll still have a little bit of.
They're going to have a bump.
But,
It looks like $500 on a single person and
Yes,
$1,500 on a family.
but they typically do not max out. A typical employee does not, and the town only kicks in the second half, so the employee still has to.
So they get the first half. Okay.
Yes, I tried to get, I asked Health Trust to do 50/50 for each submission. They do not do that anymore. You could only offer it the town portion up front or on the end.
So auditor agreement, the town went out, requested proposals for CPAs to do auditing for the town. These are just for the body to know. When it's professional services, it actually does not have to do with the cost that they're going to charge. It actually has to do with, we can select the most qualified person. Klodsnick and Sanderson is pretty well respected throughout the state and currently handles the schools
Yes.
as well. So everybody get an opportunity to just take a look at it. It's a 3-year contract, and then we can either opt into more, or we can, with 60 days notice, we could actually opt out. So
So, did we put this out when we got other people that
we got,
just do?
Unfortunately, a lot of the towns are in the same boat,
Yeah.
and no one is providing.
and our last one who has opted out of doing municipal services now,
Correct.
also is gone. So
You want to make a motion to,
it's on your list.
I make a motion to accept the bid from Tip.
Yeah, it's easy. Exactly like it's spelled, Priscilla.
Lodge, Nick, and Sanderson, PA. As our CPA, as our accountant.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Sanderson was easy.
It is actually, this is the one that we would preferred, so Karen was able to get a hold of them to. All right. With the letter of hire. Oh, yes. We have to decide what we wanted to do, right? And that's for the highway.
And you have a request for,
From the-
position at highway and one at fire and rescue.
Yeah.
So until that's made,
Right, and we did have discussion about that. So. Yeah. In that case, Ethel is here to discuss the Boston Post cane.
And you don't want me to sit down? I will stand.
No, you.
Hang on.
So I can do that. So Bethel County, 474 North Mansfield Road.
You have to speak up because there might be people who can't hear you, Ethel.
It's just Gary.
You can tell Apple's always complaining that she can't hear back there. And I would like to make opening comments for those who didn't get a packet to read over the weekend. So the Boston Post cane is something that I've been here talking to the select board about for, I don't know, quite a few months now.
Too many.
Yeah, this is visit number 3. It's a tradition that was established in 1909 by the Boston Post publisher, Edward Rozier, originally for men only, and 1930 was amended to be the oldest resident male working there. And it's something that Barnstead has done over the years, and so I came and am involved with seniors, a lot of seniors in town, and doing senior activities, and always trying to think of new things we can do to celebrate them and raise them up and gather them and have fun. So the Boston Post game seemed like a good tradition to maintain. And when I came, we talked a little bit. You sent me back to do some research, so I came back shortly thereafter and posed a lot of decision points about how you gather the information, how you figure out who's the oldest person, because it's not just the oldest voting person, it's the oldest person, so you can't go through the voting rules, although that's probably the best data we have, but not obviously totally complete. And also whether I looked at how a lot of towns did it and posed questions about things like, should there be eligibility for, should you have lived in town a certain number of years, or what if you've lived in town your whole life, but since we don't have any senior housing, you're in Alton or you're in Pittsfield as senior housing, are you still eligible? And so then you said, oh, that's a lot of questions. So the boss, how about taking the whole issue to the Historical Society and have them take a look at it? And I see Denise is here with us tonight, who's the president of our group. So we went back to that group and we created a subgroup that met and looked over all those issues, those questions, brought that back to the full membership. And there was general agreement on most everything except one particular issue which got changed. And so I'm here tonight to tell you, to present to you what was agreed upon and that we would recommend. So our proposal has 2 parts. One about the cane itself. It's not only an ebony cane, but it's 14 karat gold handle on it, which would be enough to keep me up, right? But it is in our safe, and we think it would be wonderful after you've done your petition and get the offices figured out. It would be a nice thing to have displayed in a glass case, and several people had suggestions about how to do that and who could help make it for us and keep it inexpensive. So certainly most towns have long stopped giving the cane to families because it's hard to get them back. They do replicas, and you give the family a replica, and the original one, the ebony and the gold, does it as we have it safely in a safe for display. But we recommend you move it to display and that we try and recreate the list. And I saw Karen shared with me the Boston Post King folder, and there's a pretty good record of all the people who've gotten it. So it'd be nice to have a list of those names recognized. So that's the first thing, the cane. And secondly, the procedures or guidelines for awarding the cane. We did spend quite a bit of time thinking about the qualifiers, and we would recommend that there be a 20-year residency for eligibility, so that they've been here, they've lived here at least 20 years.
I got 8 more years.
Before you turn 88. You got a long ways to go, friend. So that's the first thing, and we also agree on those people, and Priscilla talked about a situation, those people who've lived in town forever and are farmsteaders, even though because of medical reasons they're somewhere else, we want them to be able to be recognized. So those two issues, those would be our recommendations on. Another question was, how do you actually determine who's the oldest? And we suggested that, and once you find the eldest, and this was the kind of issue that we talked about more than some of the others, was what if somebody doesn't want it? And I know, now that I'm older, I have some friends who love birthdays and celebrating them, now turning 80. Other people don't want to have anything to do with any of that. They don't like birthdays, they don't like age. And so, given how people feel about birthdays and age correlates with how they feel about the game, some people just don't want it and don't want to be recognized. And frankly, some people are even talking about their meeting like this. Yeah.
Bad mojo.
Yeah, bad mojo. Yeah.
As long as Priscilla doesn't give him the cane.
I'm sorry, George.
Yeah. If you're the oldest person, you're the next to die. So, so there's that kind of association. But other people have really loved the celebration, loved the recognition, and it's a wonderful opportunity to tell their story and to celebrate them. So, but when we talked about that, so that we would recommend just staying with it being for the oldest resident. If the person doesn't want it, then just wait until that person dies and then start the process again.
Really?
Yeah.
You would just go to the next?
No, that was, as I said, that was
okay.
Various of us felt differently about it, but that was the decision of the group.
Okay.
So you have to be the oldest, and you have to be here for at least 20 years.
Yes.
But you don't have to be the oldest and here the longest.
The oldest and?
The longest. So.
No, just the oldest.
So there's hope for Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a shot.
Well,
all right.
No, not oldest.
So you're just going the oldest.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be an interesting additional criteria. We didn't even really discuss that. We'll throw it in next time.
Well, it could be a tiebreaker.
Right.
Twins. Twins are going to be the problem.
You're both the same age, but how long have you been here? You know?
Gary and I are only a few weeks apart, so
we're right there.
start thinking about that.
And then how to identify the eldest was the other thing we talked about, and we decided and would recommend that it be posted pretty publicly. I did in your package, you have a sample promotion that I think Tilton, Jeannie saw it in Bayside. And that we use the Farmstead banner and Facebook, whatever means of communication in town. And we did also submit for your review, or to make it easy for the town staff that need to support this kind of effort, a nomination form. So it's just very simple, basic. So put it out, advertise it, have a sort of a timeline, then the staff look it over. And then we recommend that the, letter be sent to the elder person themselves. Because sometimes, and again, these are just sort of stories I collected from the past in other towns. Sometimes when you go to, let's say, the husband, he just never gets to it, you know, so the wife doesn't even know she's
It's a
been
little
down there.
sexist of you, Ethel.
No, a little sexist.
Just because David doesn't give you your mail.
When I win, don't tell me. Some family aren't so hot on it. Some, you know, who knows what. But I will say, as I get older, I mean, no, it's important to be respectful to the senior. They're the ones who should be notified and the ones who decide if they would like to accept it or not. So,
And when are you looking to do this? Is this gonna be like an,
we are, you're looking to do this. This is select board.
oh, okay.
Just, I'm
But,
sorry.
but I
just
mean,
to
is there a
qualify.
date, that
No.
or any kind of time frame?
Would this be a
associated with
town
this?
mean type
Yeah, that's what I'm
correlation
saying.
for the
I
first
mean, is
time?
there-
Well, you know, I was thinking it's hard not
Old
to
home
think
day,
that
maybe?
it's too bad we didn't get, I couldn't get this moving faster, because it would, the community fest that we're having in a week, it would be a perfect time to be doing it.
We can't make that happen?
I don't think you're gonna make that happen.
And it was always in the town report,
Right.
the select board.
We can't find out who the oldest person.
So that would
lasted
give
is
us-
by next week.
So we could get it into the town report and then do it at the town meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be good.
As long as they're able to come to the meeting too. I mean,
Right.
when the last one we did wasn't even to come to the meeting, so we went to it.
So,
And
yeah,
when
we'll-
you sort of plan the celebration, then you clearly want to include the family and what makes sense for that
Mhm.
person.
And it's good for what, a year?
if they want it.
A year?
No, as long as you're the oldest person. What part did you understand? This is literally until you're not
This
the
is when
oldest
they
person
pass.
anymore.
Actually, in support of Gary, New Durham is doing it for a year, and they're redoing it
Yeah,
for a
right.
year. But that's New Durham.
You would think you would know what's going on in here.
Oh, I do know. I've seen
Oh.
Katie.
But they
Rich is
have,
waiting to get it.
they have a historian on the town staff, so
Right.
she.
And they-
she-
They do it that way so that the next to the oldest one gets a chance at it. And so on.
Well, it was very interesting. I did talk to all the towns that are contiguous, and with the exception of one, they all have, you know, pretty clear guidelines that are posted, and New Durham was really working to. She was really digging into it and doing it very, very clear.
That was Kathy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
But Alton and Wilmington had it. And, so most of the time, Pittsfield was the only one that was sort of, let the select board decide how they want to do it whenever this comes up. That was the only one that had formalized the process. So I think it's not hard. It's easy. I think it would be fun to do. And like any other awards in town, it's an opportunity to celebrate one of our citizens, tell their story, and how much they love Barnstead. So I'm happy to support your office team, your backup team, whatever.
We're gonna make you president of it.
That's right. So I guess what we need to do, if this is how we want to do it, probably start with getting it to the Barnstead banner so that they can put it in the banner, which would be December's at this point in time. But if they can put it on Facebook and start, then Karen, how would we want to collect the information?
Yeah, the information certainly has to come to one, like, whether it's an email, or here.
So do we want a paper form at this point in time? And it's just,
If you want a paper form, it could just be at the
right.
office.
I mean, it's
People
looking
can-
at, if you're asking someone who's in their 90s to fill this out, it's probably not a Google document type form or something, would be my guess.
The form that we're proposing is that somebody would nominate a person.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I,
So you'd nominate David, is what you're saying.
No,
Gary.
as soon as he gets 20 minutes.
I could use that cane tonight walking out of here.
That's right. So, Karen, do you want it to bring it to Mary Jane in a sense, and then it gets stamped and collected, and then figure out who? I mean, I don't want to dump it on anybody in there, but the other would be doing it to the tax collector. Well, it's just going to that window. So it's coming to that window would be the window, and then deal with it from within there. There you go. Thank you, Ethel.
Thank you, Ethel. All the work you put into that.
My pleasure.
With that. All right. So under new business, we had the cease and desist that went on Beauty Hill. The highway block grant October payment. We got that.
We received that? Yeah.
And then what's I think we're waiting on FAB as to what actions we take on the water lines that are in the town right away. All right.
Don't you think a bill from the highway department might speed things up a little bit?
It might be.
You know, I mean, but even if they don't decide not to pay us, at least maybe they'll get up there and get it taken care of.
So.
And it's going to have to be taken care of pretty quick.
And get cold. So, all right. So we'll see what.
Are they full-time residents?
Yeah. Some are.
I don't think that one is.
Okay.
Because that one literally, as you saw, Gary, comes right out of the ditch and goes on top of
Yeah, that's pretty
ground
much
right up.
Okay.
You know,
So somebody's got to
so nobody cares
blow
about
the line out.
I
Yeah.
think it's just summertime. I think.
Well, if the line were to disappear over the winter, problem would be solved in the summer. All right. So town hall cleaning services, because we got to put this one to rest, I think. So we had 4 initially. 1 withdrew.
And we can vote on this in public.
It's a contract, I think, at the end of the day. So we had 2 that were by the cleaning, and then we had 1 that was by the hour.
Yes.
Because Melissa,
Oh, okay.
she's town employee, so
Yeah.
it was determined that was going to be a problem because she can't go over 40 hours,
Right.
no matter even if she's doing 2 separate jobs for the town, because it would become overtime.
Right.
All they can do is offer a stipend until.
I don't think we can even do that.
The other way would be if she was a subcontracted individual, but she'd have to buy her own machine.
Doesn't become worth it. So I think the least costly one is probably Savannah and Maddie.
And they have the experience, right?
Maddie certainly has done
Maddie has.
this before.
How old is Savannah at this point in time?
I
She's
believe
15 now?
15.
She's 15 and Maddie's
16
20.
in March.
Okay. And then who was the other 2 that were each time?
So one was our Bella cleaning services.
Right, they were too much anyway, so it was.
$29,000 a year. And then Jessica Rowell.
You want to do it, Rusty?
Jessica Rowell was $225 a week. That's $11,000 a year. What we budgeted for was $8,300. So what we currently were paying was $20 an hour.
So it's the same thing, other than they'll have 2 people, so hopefully they're.
Absolutely.
I like the idea of having the 2 people in case one's sick or something. I like that idea.
Now, are we hiring them as employees, town employees?
We have always
What was the thought?
asked anyone old enough.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hire them as employees. Other than that, they have to come up with.
Their own insurance and everything else.
So how much was it from Savannah and Maddie?
$20 an hour.
$20 an hour. Okay. For both of them?
$20 an hour for the clean. That'd be it. 20 people.
So if you have 2 people hired now, 2 employees.
So you're
That's
paying them
$10
each $10
an hour.
an hour.
Well, and the explanation was that Maddie would do it, but if there was a conflict and she needed help, then Savannah could help her out. And however you want to do it, you can leave that payment, disbursement of money between the two of them.
But that means you're gonna have, you have one person on the books and you have somebody else doing.
They have to both
work
be on the books for workman's
and
comp.
not getting paid. Yeah, it doesn't. They'd have to both. be
You
on the
could
books.
theoretically pay them each $10 an hour because we're still above New Hampshire minimum wage, as ridiculous as that is.
Yes.
So
Absolutely. Able to work.
Everybody good with that?
I guess just potentially what would the hours look like for that? Like not coming here at 9 o'clock at night.
So, they both have their driver's licenses. Of course, Maddie would be the person responsible. Right now, it's on a Wednesday, and then one cleaning during the weekend. It could be a Friday night, Saturday, depending on our calendar.
Yeah.
Because different people meet. So you just have to look at the calendar, plan accordingly. But it's twice a week.
They both have their license, but that is 16.
Yeah, Savannah doesn't have her license yet. She's working on it.
March.
No, March.
Oh,
March.
you know that.
She's got a car.
Good, yeah.
She's driving around with her mother.
Yeah. We good with that?
Yeah, as long as they pass the background check.
That could be tough. All right. So that's resolved.
Nice, put that to bed.
So RFP for engineering, we only received one on that, which was North Point. We didn't make the decision on it last week, but
Do we need something right away from engineering?
nope, we do not.
Or we wait? Yeah, we got anything coming up?
Oh, and so Earth has their two projects, and anything they need, they're going to use Mitchie on those. Is their plan. So there's nothing,
That's just for the concrete, right?
but Mitchie can do all the engineering that they need for any of those projects that they've got that needs wrapped up. Karen wrapped up North Road in the FEMA thing. We have Narrows Road, which Earth is handling the completion of the engineering, and Karen and I now both have logins to be able to finish in the portal. Coles Ledge is not a FEMA project, and Earth is also finishing off any necessary engineering. They've said on both of those they would prefer to do the projects and be done with them. So there's nothing. And dam site,
Mm-hmm.
there was Jarvis, I think, can
Pending,
handle
yep.
everything with DES. I don't. Right now, there's no need for any town engineer.
Right, till we get the money for parade and
Correct, and now we're going to do that. So,
Okay.
So there's no need to.
jump right into it.
I mean, would it be good for that to have them come in and speak to them
North Point.
before we?
Yeah, see
Just
why
not-
not? Or try to get some more or another one.
Okay.
Seeing as we have time.
We got time. Yeah.
Karen, can you send that actually to Dubois and King engineers? Did you send it direct to them? Okay, because they're actually handling the school, and they have a civil engineering.
I was gonna say there was like 6 of them. She sent 2.
division. Okay.
I was the only one. Okay. Coles Ledge is still December. First planted for.
So Narrows is Coles Ledge is going first. Narrows is going second because there was the delay in filing for the DES permit.
Yep.
So the DES permit should actually get approved by today,
So today's the deadline.
and then we have a 30-day window for the Army Corps of Engineers.
Yep.
But Jimmy was going to try and see if they could get that waived.
Yep.
But they're going to do Coles Ledge first because they have everything on that, and Narrows second. And
So-
Narrows got the extension. We got it approved for the extension from FEMA till June of 2025.
Okay. And we sent the certified letters out for Coles Ledge. I know we kind of shifted gears a couple months,
Yeah.
but
So we sent them out on both, again, the students sent letters, but we didn't have a definite date.
Yeah.
So as soon as we know that date, we absolutely need to reach out, especially Coles Ledge.
yeah, make
It's
sure
closed.
Jarvis meets with police and fire.
I think
Figure out.
Jarvis has spoken with Rodney, and Rodney's looking at the third week in November, so
for
Coles Ledge.
right. And I think Coles Ledge, did they not come up with a way that they weren't going to close it completely? I think they actually had come up with a way to do it
To do
and
half and half.
and keeping the road open was the last conversation that I had heard. But I think that's a Jarvis Rodney
Yeah.
conversation. But I think they were going to try and actually keep the road open.
You actually know how many letters you sent off for Coles Ledge?
Bunch of them.
Just out of curiosity,
I could pull the folder and
roughly
let you know. Probably, geez,
I mean, they
15,
weren't.
20?
a lot of this from Coles Ledge, remember? And like it was,
Oh, 20 maybe?
I would say pretty close to 20.
Yeah.
To,
Okay.
that's everybody at Coles Ledge Park East.
Yeah, I was gonna say it should be pretty.
And then, as long as Jarvis knows from school too, for them.
The bus. And is Jarvis aware of communicating with the bus company about road closures and everything else as we move into winter?
No, he goes through Tim.
Okay. Well, whatever
That's
the
how- yeah, because the school contracts the buses, Jarvis would go to Tim, and Tim would go to the bus company.
well, yeah, just as long as Jarvis knows what the plan is,
So
and as long as those two. Because I think there were some questions with the rain the other day and some trees down, but I think there was a little drama made of sticks in the road. We didn't tell the bus company. So, all right. And the community profile thing was just the thing with the information on it about the town. All right. Have any department heads, committee reports?
Just a quick update on BCP. We won't be issuing the permits anymore. They're gonna do those right there. So after they collect the information from
I mean the dump stickers.
the dump stickers.
Really?
Yeah.
I like getting mine from Mary Jane.
Well, she's not gonna have one.
I can't buy a new car now. I'm stuck.
They are going through the process now where when they go through, they're looking for all the information. You can go inside, you can get your dump sticker. They're going to ask you where you live, your address basically, and then they'll give you a sticker. And same thing with all the.
Sticker, are you all set?
What's that?
If you already have a sticker, are you all set?
No, they're still going to track you down. Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is.
They want everybody in the system
Okay.
that does have a sticker.
So Mary Jane, when people come in, just give them Rick's number.
Yeah.
The big
Give them a sticker, any sticker, smiley face, anything.
This will be well received, I'm sure.
Get your whole roll of smiley faces. There you go. Yeah, it's going to be a little confusing.
Put a notice in
for
the tax bills.
for the
That'll distract them.
transaction, But I think it's going to go a lot better up there.
Yeah.
I think they'll be able to maintain and control what is coming in and who it's coming in by instead of just a free for all. You know, I mean, I've been here 100 years and I've never had a sticker on my truck. You know,
100 years. I nominate him.
I never had. So I mean, there's a lot that goes in. There's a lot that goes out. We pay a lot of money in taxes for that. What's that? 250,000 somewhere around there a year. So we want to make sure that we can use it, and not everybody else. And that doesn't go up on us.
Yeah.
You know, so that's really key. But it's coming along.
Good. Yeah. All right. So, you got anything?
Nope, I'm good.
Gary?
Just Parks and Rec. Gail and myself met with Rick and Rick's son-in-law. His son-in-law is really good authority on ice rinks and boards and the whole production. And new boards are kind of out of the question. They're pretty expensive, so there's a possibility we're going to look in. He's getting some prices on used boards. Supposed to get back to Gail. And was also the possibility of for a year or two doing a rebuild with the old boards. Now, and to those of you that don't know, the ice rink and the basketball court have been repaved. So we're looking into the rebuild there and find out what finances might be. And they have started reaching out to people, businesses, whoever. As far as banner sponsorships, they have like quarter banners, half banners, and full banners. it's like $100, $200, $300 like that. This will all go back in to pay for the rebuild. So it's still, time is getting precious here, and
Don't make me put my head task.
yeah, I know.
I'm waiting. You know.
So she's trying to move along the best she can. But
Yeah, so basically the sideboards, whether you buy them used at an auction, or if you go out and you buy some new ones that are, made for the exterior like that, you're looking at $20,000, unless you can find them at an auction or something like that. Somebody just replaced them, and maybe you can get them for $10,000, $15,000 or whatever. So I think based upon her balance in her checking account, I think the idea is she's gotten some price off some lumber companies to rebuild the walls all the way around. Those will last a couple of years, anyways, and try to get some kind of sealant on there so that we can maintain water in there. So that's still around $4,000, $4,000 or $5,000 just to rebuild the walls. They're not gonna be able to use the old ones; those are pretty much junk. I would say.
put a new,
But the new materials only, I think I priced it out around $4,800. So a couple of good days of building walls,
And the rink's going to be used year round now. They're going to open it up to like rollerblading and pickleball. It won't get painted for pickleball, I don't think, right away or anything, but down the road. So it's going to become a multi-use facility. So
Can't you
where we're
guys
at.
get some like 2x12 instead of putting walls up?
Well,
I mean, when they do hockey tournaments on the ponds and the lakes, there's no walls.
You can't put the banners up if you don't have any walls.
yeah, and that's
Do they have any
promotional
sponsors
banners.
One.
Yeah,
They had one.
So
they have two actually.
Two. All right.
I mean, it would kind of buy you some time. I mean, to get some more.
What's that? There you go.
See, we're
Three.
already in the 3, so we're cruising.
You gotta,
The,
you gotta quadruple that by next week.
That's right.
the walls do add a lot of value to it down there, especially with little kids skating
Yeah.
and whatnot. And they're playing a lot of hockey down there. They're gonna have to get out and go find the puck, every 2 seconds or whatever.
Go through somebody's windshield.
And I think they're probably a couple of years out on actually having enough funding to put the real walls on. So I think that's probably the best route to go with the best price. I would say, as long as we can find some help to build them.
Mm. Maybe.
One of my also. Did we have to approve the fire chief's request for the St. Patrick's Day thing next year at the station?
Yes, he sent that request to be able to hold.
It's a fire chief dinner.
Yeah. Fire chief.
Yeah, dinner.
Corned beef and hash.
Honestly.
Fire chief dinner?
Yeah.
They have them, different towns will have it for Fire
So-
Chiefs Association, is that right? Russ?
Fire association, right?
So I think they're going to do it at the parade fire station. I mean,
Parade.
I have no problem with it, considering it's corned beef and hash. Good.
I don't think you're invited.
Corned beef and cabbage, I
No.
gotta be.
No, I don't think you can. No, I think it said right in there, Gary can't go.
I can't stand corned beef and dinner.
I like corned beef. I'm not a
St.
cabbage fan.
Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day dinner on
Yeah,
March,
but it's not.
March 12th. From 5 to 9.
March 12th, 5 to 9.
I don't really care.
Rusty's fire station.
Rusty, you all right with it?
I'm not really aware of what's going on, so I know exactly
We're gonna serve food at the parade fire station.
but is that the Firemen's Association?
I think Fire
Wow, are
Chiefs,
you a
yeah.
little snarky over there?
No, and the only thing I'm gonna tell you is that you may wanna make a comment, because typically, in Manchester, we did a bang up one for years. There's alcohol
Drunken firefighters,
involved. Fire chiefs.
even worse.
Well, how else are you going to get people there?
So it's the New Hampshire Fire Chiefs. St. Paul's Day.
For your consideration.
Is that part of it?
Hey, Karen, what is the?
I don't know if that's part of it.
Are we allowed to serve
Alcohol
alcohol?
in an 88-foot ladder truck, what can go wrong?
That might be a problem. alcohol in the fire station.
So, sounds like we need to have a conversation with them.
Yeah, I know it's usually like that. I don't know if that's.
Of course, you throw water on it. That's what you do.
So
So,
Well,
Fire
I'll
chief.
have to ask them.
We'll have to ask that question.
before we do that.
figure out if the Legion's open.
That's right.
We don't have
Dry
alcohol
Legion.
there.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
town's going dry.
Well, I think it does create a liability thing and a licensing.
Oh yeah, big thing.
But thank you for that, Rusty.
They drinking and
Thought of that.
Yeah, I think they turn away when they find out about the 1-day license. That's 18 forms. In an online test you have to
It
take.
doesn't say anything about
You
it.
doing it?
No, I
Question
don't.
would be
We'll talk.
if it's served.
Yeah.
Or if it's a BYOD.
Yeah. Either way, it's a problem.
I mean, I'm just,
Yep. Need more information.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, that's all.
Anything else?
Give rides home with the ice cream truck.
All right. And in that case, 6:53. We'll open it up for public input. No way. Really?
Right?
This is exciting. Finally.
Yes!
Celebrate.
Jeanette Roberts, April Tilly in Somerset.
All right.
That's like, don't ask me my phone number either.
We need your social security number then.
Don't do that, I rattled that off. I know that one.
There you go.
The land auction's coming up this Saturday.
Yep.
But there was a piece of property that I may buy on that I know that it was taken for taxes. How do you go about reaching out, and who do you reach out to get information about that piece of property?
Is it part of the auction?
No, there's only
Okay.
6 pieces of property. One I think is like right up the road here.
Yeah,
It's on South
we know where
Boston
they
Road. One is on Shepherd Corner Road. The other one's Yield, Beauty Hill, Garland,
Through 28.
Yale.
Why would you do that? She was crushing it, Andy.
She was.
Well, he
she
said
was-
28. It's actually Yale Street.
So what are you
Yield,
actually looking
Yield.
at?
No,
So
Yeah.
what property is
no,
it?
down
that
by
you're
North
looking
Bartlett Road.
Oh, where is it? It's in Lock Lake. I believe it's lot number 432.
for? So those will be in a different auction at a different time.
How long apart are they?
That I'm not.
Decided
We haven't really decided yet because they are looking at development and what can and can't be developed over there because there's an issue with water and there's an issue with sewer and there's an issue with.
Oh yeah, well, this one's got a stream running right through the middle of it, and it's maybe a quarter acre.
Are you in it? Are you,
That's
you
a
don't know
stop
about it,
brook.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're in a butter to it.
Mhm.
So
You can come in anytime.
you
Yeah.
come and talk to Karen
Okay.
about that, and she'll explain to you how those are going to work with the butters. So that is a different auction.
You free tomorrow morning? We'll see. I have the day off. I'm going to lunch.
But she doesn't get off till 10 tonight, so.
I know. Would Thursday or Friday work better? It would be better for me. What you make work? Better for you. I usually just run out for lunch around 1. What do you call it? Okay.
And she'll just it won't. I don't think it'll take very long, but just to explain to you, that's handled different. That one's handled differently.
Okay.
Just park in front of her vehicle so she can't leave.
No. Don't you know you get more flies with honey than vinegar?
Is that
Nope.
is that all you had?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
It's kind of disappointing. But
Oh, sorry. I'll work on it next.
please.
You know.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
I
just
know a little bit of it.
I'm just excited that you.
I know.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I just
Which
need
16?
information.
There you go. Makes sense.
Thank you.
Rusty? Oh wait, Denise looks like she's getting. All right.
George Krause, 455 on the road. I know we've got projects going on where we're overlaying asphalt and we're trying to protect the ability to maintain the road for extended period of time before we can do it forward. I'm really disappointed that we're not having any conversation about gravel roads. And it's been kicked around for several years, talking about it. but I don't see any action being taken. And yet you just said we don't have any projects for our engineering company. And I would say we've got a major project because they've done a yeoman's job in getting out with the graders and grading. But it continues to frustrate me to see the road become flatter and flatter and flatter. And the water sits on the roads, and then we get the potholes, and we have a field of potholes. And you take a ride, just use, for instance, Bosco Bell Road. Several years ago, we spent an effort to get a ditch line. The water can't get to the ditch because there's a berm about that deep. And where's the water run? Right down the road to the place it's got. And, you know, much as I realize, you know, we got a big project in roads in general, these roads are getting worse and worse and worse. And the cost of maintaining what we have gets higher and higher. Because every time you run a grader over the road, you got to put another cutting edge on. You know, where's the cutting edge? All right, that's the nature of the beast. So I just think we need to somehow start focusing a little bit more. Now, I'm not saying we're going to put X number of money in the budget and we're going to do it next year, but I'm just saying you got to start the plan.
So one thing the board did task Jarvis with was coming up with a gravel road maintenance plan schedule when he started. So obviously,
Well, not being privy to that information, I appreciate you sharing that. But
Which is, and you know, right now so Fridays we have 3 graders running. Wednesdays and Thursdays we have 2. So just trying to.
well, I understand, but the problem is that the best grader operator in the world has got nothing to work with in the roads. And, you know, 50 years ago, we said, well, we got to make the road wider. So what did we do? We took whatever little bit was in the middle of the road that was part of the path, and we pushed it out. And I just think we know a focus has to come.
And we tried to do Bosco Bell Road this year with gravel, and then we just ran through. Someone running the highway department was the.
No, I understand the complications.
So we're trying.
I don't want to just dump, you know, but I'm just saying, you know, I think we need to, you know, get a little more focus on that particular, because it is a critical infrastructure that most all of us have to follow through whatever we have. I mean, right now they're looking good, but I'm saying we're flat.
Yep.
And the water's going to do nothing but puddle. And we've been.
And I think we get a skip on construction projects next year as far as paving and that sort of stuff. So the Hartshorn parade is, we're talking 27, 28.
I mean, now that we have a better understanding of the projects in town,
Dam site now has changed from this cataclysmic project to a small manageable project.
And almost a full staff at the highway.
And a full staff. It's hopeful that next
Plus
year,
management.
finally,
Good time to focus on it.
Well,
gravel
that's
road.
all I'm trying to say. Is,
Yep.
You know, and just to.
And you're right.
Refocus. We all have to have somebody give us a boot, and to make sure we don't lose track of what we got to get. Because when you lose track, all of a sudden, next thing will cost you way too much money.
Yep.
All right, so it's going to be an expensive proposition, but we can plan, develop it, work it, and go from there. Next thing, quickly, the administrative subcommittee work meets tomorrow night. Anybody wants to come visit, we'd be more than happy to have people come. It's 6 o'clock at the station in the parade, and it's a good time, head by all. Gary, make sure that.
That's what you're calling it. Good time, huh?
Yeah, good man. Don't mind me. So
You got lights though now, right?
Well, yeah, but
that's the thing.
you brought it up.
It's all right because I was told, and now I'm getting the answer.
I was informed, and I said, "Great. I think the downlights still don't work, but that's okay. They got a problem, and they got to do fixtures, and which you got to do."
Yep.
I just said, well, "How about you turn some of them off? Because if you drive by there right now, you've got all the
Are
lights
you
on.
kidding me? So it's too dark now. It's too bright.
What
I
name
just want to make.
Let me put this really bluntly.
Yeah.
it's really your problem.
It's my
It's
problem.
your liability, your building. Figure it out.
There's no lights over there. There's too many
So what
lights
do we do?
over
We just
there.
turn them on and off based on
The
if
whole
other
lighting,
lights.
the system over there, lighting system over there was designed to have at least door lights.
Yep.
So when you came up to the door, you could figure out where the knob was. All right, and when you walked out, you didn't walk out into pitch black. Right?
Okay.
Then we have large, full illumination lights on ends and out front, so that if you've got an event going on where you got lots of people with vehicles and everything that's kind of busy,
Yep.
you've got good lighting to take care of.
So do we need those on a switch?
They are on a switch.
Turn them on.
They're all on switches.
Okay.
There may be switches in the breaker box, but they're all on switches.
Oh, jeez.
Can't use those. All right. So we need on-off switches, and then the ones over the door should be on.
Yeah, those
Based
are
on-
over the door, so you light when you're backing up, you get something that gives you a definition of where the door is.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. Now I realize it's all changing, and I'm not trying to recreate what it was 50 years ago, but all I'm trying to do is help the town protect its liability.
Okay.
So Rusty said they're putting new lights in over there. What's that going to cost us? And who's doing it? And who? Because that comes out of the town
And
building. The town.
Who's putting new lights in?
What's that? I don't know.
Did
We
you,
don't know anything
did
about that.
you say they were going to put new lights in?
I was told that the down lights, they put new bulbs in.
Yeah.
And the bulbs blew immediately. And so whoever was doing this said we have to put new fixtures in.
We should probably have a quote.
Yeah. Like
But I don't have any idea other than it was someone told me.
Okay.
Haven't been
Should probably do a motion or something over there too instead of that. That way they shut off automatically.
Something.
They were all set,
They were all motion before.
except for the door lights.
What about the two big ones on the gable ends?
We left them. You're talking about the street light? Yeah, we left those turned off because
Unless it was an event.
unless it was an event.
Gotcha.
No, if you came back and you were doing putting the trucks back together and you're on the apron, you wanted some light.
Makes sense.
Right? Other than that, all we wanted was the down light showcase the doors.
Yeah.
And the door lights. And the door lights, the only one we had were where general traffic goes. So you got the one on the meeting room, and you got the one on the front, and the one that goes to the apparatus.
Okay.
So just three door lights. Not the overhead. Not
No light on the back door.
that at the time we didn't, but that doesn't mean we can't. I mean that would be your building, your rules.
Right. Karen, can you ask Chief Whelan what's going on over there with lights?
And they just
Especially if it's more than just putting bulbs in.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rusty. Dennis?
Just need to clarify something. Denise Evans, did you say that means tomorrow at 6 o'clock at the race station? Okay, I'll check with Chief Horn because he will be in the store to say 6:30 tomorrow. And I called specifically to check the schedule before I asked. I will double check with you tomorrow then.
Yeah, you may not find it. Because I noticed a few scars on the door yet. It tells me it's not coming back home.
How long does that mean to last? Okay. Thank you.
It's a big building.
You guys can go sit out in the tower.
Whatever.
Alright. Anybody else with public
Double
input?
booking, huh?
David T, 98 Good Hill Road. I have a question about the auction that you have on Saturday. And I don't know if you've seen this, it was on the internet, about debunking the 10 tax deed miss. And it was by the
Yeah.
copy. It's by the attorney that's holding the auction. And I guess my question is what is the the town is going to collect their taxes on the sale. The back due taxes.
Hopefully.
Okay, well, that's, I guess, the intention of sale. But the monies that's in excess of what's owed to the town,
Mm-hmm.
according to what your lawyer and real estate agent says, is that goes back to the original taxpayer. Excess,
The last owner.
the last
yes.
owner.
The town doesn't collect anything in excess of the back taxes or any of the.
And that's the
Fees.
3-year taxes when they wrote the deed?
No.
Some of these properties we have for
Right.
much longer than 3 years.
Yes, but
Like
you're
it's
only,
taxes all the way up through the day of the sale.
no, I don't believe it, no. You're only allowed municipalities for the 3 years when you deeded the property.
Well, I'm not gonna argue that.
Yeah.
I
Well, there's no incentive for the town to get rid of tax deed property if you're holding the property and continuing taxing it and saying that now the owner that owned the property has no interest because you've continued to tax it, but you won't sell it.
So any monies over and above what is owed the town or would have been owed the town from the day of the tax deed to the day of the sale will be, it's my understanding, they will reach out to prior owners. If prior owners do not take that money, I believe it's held at the state level, and the town cannot keep it until a certain period of time. Now, we can get clarification. You can certainly ask them Saturday at the auction. You can call them. You have the telephone number. You can absolutely call them and get that information directly from them.
So for each piece of land that's gonna be sold, these 6, what is the tax? What is the tax liability to the previous owner?
The full amount. If the previous owner wanted that property, it would be everything up to
No,
the
that's
date.
not the question. What is the number for every piece of property, the 6 pieces of property, what is the town's
Well, you wanna
liability?
know
So how much is the town owed on each one, David?
How much money, yes, the town,
And I know we've had to provide that.
We do.
So-
We had to figure every property all the way. So each one has a different amount depending on how long the town has had it. But I don't know that is, I don't know if it's disclosable on that site or if they would disclose it. However, even if
it's public record, I mean, why
even if
wouldn't
we're,
they tell us what the
well,
number
Can
they,
is?
they may.
Can you go on the tax kiosk and actually see it?
No,
No, not on the kiosk.
Okay.
The
No.
town properties aren't on there.
Okay.
But certainly we had to provide that information. However, even if prior taxes were $8,000 and that property sells for $40,000, the town is only going to get what that sale is
Right.
minus the auction fee.
Well, the auctioneer's fee is over and above.
auctioneer's fee, I thought was free.
So the auctioneer's fee to the town is a buyer's fee.
Right.
That's right,
All
10%.
it's
Yes,
all-
but it's to the buyer. It
Yes,
doesn't
the
come
town
out.
doesn't cost the town a cent to
Correct.
auction these products.
Correct. But I think what Dave just what Karen was saying, if we're owed 80 and the auction comes in at 40, the buyer's going to pay 4,000 above to the auctioneer. The town's going to get 40. We're not going to get the 80 because it's not what it went for.
The question is, or I guess the point is why are you holding properties more than 4 years?
Well, we're actually trying to sell property, so I don't.
I understand that now.
Yeah.
I think the last properties that were sold through a real estate agent.
So there was a change in the statute very recently because just when I came on the board, that had happened, and everything was stopped because they changed the RSA as to how it happened, and it had to do with the overage and some other things. So there was everybody stopped while they figured out this new RSA that passed. So now we've gotten through that. And now we're trying to get really the more of it is trying to get the properties back on the tax rolls and do that. So it'll be a process. We've met with them. They've gone through our properties, and that's why we've gone with this with Weston, is the fact of if we used our attorney to do all the paperwork, we pay him by the hour. These guys, there is no cost to the town to do it. So the goal is to get everything off the town books that's a tax deeded property.
Well, there is one other question. One of these pieces of property that you're auctioning off, lot 5, and I'm gonna butt into the lot. And that lot is a landlocked lot.
Okay.
If, other than a butter buys it, well, how is the town gonna get a right of way to it?
Which one is lot 5?
So it is a landlocked lot,
Okay.
So, and notices, of course, were sent out to abutters. Did you see?
Yes.
Okay. So the notices went out, so that most people that would look at that and see that it's landlocked.
Well, no, it's deceptive at best. They say it might be landlocked. Well, that's right in the description on the letter that it says that it might be landlocked.
It may be something the purchaser could work out with maybe a butter, and maybe that's language they had to put in there, and not say that it could not be. So.
Well, there'll be an expense to the town to buy a right of way to get to it.
The town doesn't want a right of way.
The town is responsible to give a right of way to any landlocked property.
I don't know about that.
Yes, it is. Because I own another piece of property that is what used to be Paul Logan property, and they ran into the same thing. They had a woodlot on the property, and they said the landowner that owned the adjacent property would not let them go to the property.
Most woodlots have an easement to them.
Well,
Otherwise, they wouldn't be a woodlot.
he didn't.
Well, I don't know. There had to have been something somewhere.
So the push came to shove, the town had to give them a right of way.
Yeah.
And David, when you're talking about, I remember very well when we went through our real estate meeting. And after that, when I was on that board, we decided to let it rest for a while because we had so many problems.
With the realtor.
Yeah, with the realtor and the whole 9 yards.
And the last one is waiting to get the authorization for sale.
So there was actually a vote, and the board was authorized to do this,
Well, it wasn't a warrant article.
or whatever it was.
It's from ages ago, and I can tell you when it was passed. You could call the Department of Revenue, but they have provided, the town has a list straight from them of when warrant articles were voted on and passed, and the article to sell tax deeded property.
Because we can't sell properties that have been gifted to the town.
Correct.
That is separate.
That would be a separate warrant article, and that's what stopped selling all the
Right.
tax property as well. Then COVID came. So let's just see.
So, David, I'm actually confused. Do you want us to sell properties or not sell properties?
I think that you're opening the whole legality.
Okay.
Reading what was printed by your auction person, I think that if the town enters into selling tax properties, there's certain steps that they're supposed to take, and I think that they shortcut some of them. According to his letter, he says that if you have a warrant and it's perpetual for year to year, they say you should update it every year. It should be a warrant article that gives you the permission to sell town property.
So it passed in 1999, and it was specifically stated until rescinded. And so if you read the RSAs, it stays in place until they're rescinded. But it
What was
doesn't.
that warrant article?
1990.
1999, it was formed in 80, and it was until rescinded. It was warrant article number 15. this is what comes to capital revenue. And it's not required that we put it on every year to renew it.
And we have gone with the town attorney for advice on this.
Yep.
We've gone with the auctioneer, who is an attorney, for advice on this. We've had the conversation about dealing with, does it have to go to a butters? Does it have to be right of first refusal to be cured by the owners? I mean, we've asked all the questions to ensure we're not doing that. And the challenge we get is, last town meeting, we had people standing up saying, why are all these properties on the town's list? So now we're like, okay, well, the amount of pushback we've gotten from people, you didn't call me first, you didn't do this first. Like, there's a lot of it.
That's what I'm saying.
And
There
it's-
is a lot.
And it's exactly, so we don't want to keep them, and people don't want us to sell them.
Well,
What's,
There's,
like,
I mean, in the actual letter that they write, I mean, you're supposed to compensate the taxpayer if you take their property for taxes and the town decides to keep them. You're supposed to compensate the taxpayer.
and we're deciding not to keep them.
No, any ones that the town decides that they want to keep.
We don't want to keep any of them. We literally don't. But they don't want to dump them all at the same time. So it's like they have these are what these guys do. We don't want to keep any of these tax deeded properties.
Well, it was, we had this discussion with one of the selectmen years ago. They asked about properties in Rock Lake.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them, give the property away. Give it to the abutter with the intent that they cannot build on. Join the lots to actually make a bigger lot. But don't tax them, just give it to them. If it's an abutter and they want it, if 2 or 3 abutters want the same piece of property, then okay, then you can have a bid between them. But give them the lots to increase the size of the lots that are in Rock Lake, and then continue to tax them.
So what I'd ask you to do is wait until we do the Lock Lake properties.
I'm not interested in Rock
I know you're not interested, but you're telling us what we're doing.
Yeah.
Which is already what we've talked to our attorneys is how do we do that, right? I mean, there's a method and there's a process and there's a legal process that the town has to go through to do exactly what you're asking us to do.
Well, I guess my biggest thing is I don't know why the town would, hold them as long as they hold them, because they're going to end up getting more property. I mean, it's inevitable. You're going to get more property over the years, and after 4 years, the incentive is for you to get rid of them, not to hold them.
So maybe we should hold an auction like every 3 years.
And as Karen said, we went through a change in the RSAs. We went through COVID. We went through a disaster with the last one. So now it's like, okay, we've got to start doing it again.
Some of it's over 10 years.
Huh? I can't go back and fix time.
No. But I mean, people are going to say when the tax bill comes out that, my tax bill's higher because the town's holding $1 million worth of property.
And we're exactly trying to get, that's why we're trying to do this. Anybody else with public input? Yes.
Question.
Yes.
We're talking about taxes. Have we got our tax rate set yet?
No.
So we're,
Anything else? At 7:20, we'll close public input. Anybody have anything? Motion to adjourn?
Look at everybody's getting ready. I make
I look at everybody's ready to go.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have a meeting.
Am I? Am I?
Let me just go there. I said, come on, baby. Go up there.
I'm still.
You want it?
Really?
Well.
I'm